guys, got a new plant here behind me. I cannot wait for my bookshelves to be done. They're so close, but welcome to a book haul, which is so exciting. I got a ton of books for really cheap. Some of them were like $1 from like the store, and then like I had to pay a little bit for shipping, but if I bought a lot of books from that store, it didn't equal that much for the books. But I shopped on Abe's Books, which I had never shopped on before. I was a little weary of it, buying used books online, because you can't look at them. I often see used books I want, but then they're just not in very good shape. Some of them, that was kind of the case, even though they said they were like good or whatever. Online, I had to return them. But I was impressed overall, and I'm so excited to share all these books with you. And so let's get started. The first ones are all, I think, Rachel Gibson books. I read so many of her books last year, and a few from like every series I just like really liked or really loved. So these are all Rachel Gibson books, and I just like the covers on these. These ones are hockey. This one is a hockey's one. So this one is True Loves and Other Disasters. And then this one is Simply Irresistible, which I believe is from the hockey one as well. And, oh, this one is too. And Any Man of Mine. I think we're all from her hockey line. That's weird. There's like a page in it. Oh, okay. It's just like a bookmark thing. But yeah, I like all these. I like the covers. This one's a little bit bigger. But yeah, I really had fun with this series last year, and I'm glad to finally collected her stuff, because her stuff is quite a bit older. Those were books put out quite a bit ago, so they're kind of harder to find sometimes. Sometimes they're easy to find. Just depends. This one was my favorite. I think my favorite book, so I got it in a trade paperback size by her. One of my favorites. I have one other that's one of my favorite, but this one is Run to You. This is one of the military men books, and I think I have reviews of most of her books, so I'll try and link those cards up below. This one's Daisy's Back in Town. I think I did put this one as #1 last year, and this made it onto like my top 10 romances last year, because I had to pick one because I read like 30 of her books last year. But yeah, I think this one ended up being my favorite out of all of them, besides that other one. And then between those two, it's pretty much a toss-up. And then this one's A Trouble with Valentine's Day, which I believe is an ice hockey one, but it's also a Truly Idaho one, because some of them double play. And this is What I Love About You. This is the other Military Men full book. There's one other in the Military Men, but I didn't really like it because it was a novella. So yeah, I really liked The Military Men. Was my favorite series by her. The next book I picked up finally was Harry Potter à l'école des sorcières. I don't know how to pronounce that because I'm a really bad French pronouncer, but it is Harry Potter in French, and I took a lot of French in high school and college, so I kind of want to read this as a challenge. Like, I don't remember most of it, but I feel like it'd just be like a good brain challenge, and when I saw it, I really do want to read that. That'd be a lot of fun. The next one was on my top 10 list last year. This one I did not get from Abe Books, and the next one I didn't either. No, I did get this one. I did. I think this one actually came from Book Depository on Abe Books. But this one was a brand new one on there, and this is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I saw the other covers, like the American cover, and I really wanted this newer cover. So when this came out, I picked this one. But this was one of my favorite books last year, one of my favorite romance books as well. It was definitely on my top 10. I don't remember where it is on the list, but it's pretty high up there, and I love this one. I think this was a debut novel for her. The next one I picked up is because everybody was talking about it. I'm going to do a review on it. But this book took me a while to read, and it's The Beach Read by Emily Henry. Emily Henry is quite a popular author, but this book just came out, so I picked this one up off of Amazon. And then the next one was Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. Absolutely love this series, the Hot and Hammer series. This was the first in the series she put out last year. And yeah, this girl's the circus clown, and this guy is like an ex-baseball player. It is a sports romance story. The Undercover Bromance, I have not read this yet. I hope I like it, because this is another one. I picked up 2 books I haven't read yet. These 2. And it worries me, because so many times I'll love an author and I'll love a series, but then the one I decide to buy brand new turns out not to be like one of my favorites. But the first one in the series is like a bromance book club where all these boys get together and they read romance novels to try and save their marriage. I'm not sure what the second one is about, but I think it's along the same storyline with the same guys, I'm hoping. The next one I also got on eBooks from Book Depository though. And I got Taylor Jenkins Reid's Forever Interrupted. One of my favorites by her, definitely, or might be my favorite by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Absolutely loved it. I sobbed all the way through. It starts out with the death of a girl's husband, and she gets to know her mother-in-law during the book. But so sad, such a quick read, loved it. It Ends With Us, I think was my #1 romance last year by Colleen Hoover. It is so sad. It's about domestic violence, but absolutely loved it. Tore my heart out. Definitely excited to have like a brand new copy. So this one was a new book on eBooks as well. This one I actually got from the dollar store. I was in there picking up like stuff for my kids to do during the summer quarantine, but this is Love and Friendship, in which Jane Austen and Lady Susan Vernon is entirely vindicated. This is by Whit Stillman. I just pick up anything that has Pride and Prejudice on it, but the praise on the back says it's really funny and stuff, so I'm hoping it's funny. I hope it's witty and good. Absolutely loved it. This one, these books are so expensive, but I absolutely adored the series by Penny Reid, Dr. Strangebeard. This one I think was a library book I picked up on eBooks, but yeah, absolutely loved them. This was one of my favorites, but yeah, this is a series about the Winston brothers. They live in this small town, and they all have beards, and there's like a brother for everybody. I'll put the link up below above about my Winston Brothers series, but I really loved that series. Next one was one of my favorite books of last year. Might have been my favorite, I can't remember, but it is The Library of Auschwitz by Antonio Tube. I absolutely adored this book. It is based on a true story. The literature on the back about the real people and the real events was probably one of my favorite parts of the entire story, but such a good World War II novel, and yeah, it's really good. This one was one of my favorite romances last year. I think this was a library book copy that I got from eBooks. Oh, it definitely was a library copy, but it's in really good condition, so I'm surprised the library sold it. Anyways, this is The Bride Test by Helen Hoang. The first one she put out was The Kiss Quotient. I didn't really love that book, but I absolutely love The Bride Test. Both of them are autistic perspective books, and this one is like a guy who's autistic and a girl who's foreigner, and she comes, but I really like how everything comes to play out in this book. The next 3 are Lauren Lane books, which I've really gotten to Lauren Lane lately. So this is the first in the series, this is the second in the series, and then these ones are such beautiful, cute covers. This one's Passion on Park Avenue. This is like a very fun beginning because all 3 of these women were with the same guy. This girl had dated him the shortest amount of time, like 3 months. This girl was married to him and had known him for a really long time. And then the last one, I have not read, but this girl was with him for about a year. But none of them knew about each other. They meet each other on the day of the funeral, which is a bit of a fiasco. It's so much fun, but they end up becoming friends and like trying to protect each other from the bad guys of the world, basically. So I had a lot of fun with this series. I love them. They're beautiful covers. I didn't love this one as much as this one, but I'll do my review when I do my wrap up. I may wrap up for that, but this one I read in May, this one I read in June. So hopefully this one I get to in July. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this series, and beautiful covers. These ones are all brand new, I believe, and I don't remember I picked them all up. I think this one was from Amazon. I can't remember. And then like one of them was from eBooks, and the other one might have been from Amazon as well. I don't remember exactly where I got all those, but loved them. The other 2 I did pick up from eBooks as well, and they are a huge deal and hot asset by Lauren Lane. I've read so many Lauren Lane books this year. I got started because one girl on YouTube recommended one, and it was like okay, but it intrigued me enough. And then as her writing goes on, these are her newest books, and these are some of her newest as well, but these are her newest. And as her writing goes on, her writing just gets better and better. These ones are Wall Street books, and I had a lot of fun with them. And I think I'm just missing one of them from the series. But these books were called new, or not new, good, but they feel brand new that I got from eBooks. So sometimes the eBooks were really good. They were called good, and some of them were a little bit torn up. There only got 2 of them though that I had to return. But that was a huge haul for June. I have a very exciting haul coming out for July because this week Target is doing like buy two get one free, I think, for movies and something else and books. So it equals out like a pretty good price tag for a book. So because it's also like they're already discounted, it's not like Barnes and Noble prices, it's like Amazon prices plus you get one free. So I have a huge haul that is coming in later on next week, but it'll be after the sale. So I'm gonna put it up at the beginning of July. And yeah, I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, those are all the books I collected in June, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.